Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It is Wednesday, and this week we are going to be doing a second speed duel tryout. And we're doing them back to back because yesterday's video, today's video, they kind of go hand in hand. And again, the reason is like the Blue Flame Swordsman. I was talking about how much I would love to see the Flame Swordsman. So let's talk about what I want to talk about. Okay, let's talk about, can we introduce the spell card Instant Fusion into the current speed duel format? Now, I'm not saying it has to be this next set. It doesn't have to be in the Battle City. Does not have to be in Take Two. But I would love to see this soon for a couple of reasons. Like, let's talk about it. Let's go over the effect. Let's talk about how you can introduce it. Let's talk about what it would do afterward. So the effect is, and always has been, pay 1,000 of your life points, special summon a level 5 or lower fusion monster from the extra deck. That special summon will be treated as a fusion summon. The fusion summon, the fusion monster that you did fuse using this effect cannot attack this turn and will be destroyed during the end phase. Only one instant fusion can be activated per turn. So, real quick, we have an absolute powerhouse spell card. And it gets better as the game goes longer. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, you guys wait till we're in 5Ds. Wait till we're in the whatever came after 5Ds. I think it was Zexal. As soon as we have Synchro and Overlay Xyz monster cards, we will be able to just generate stars on just off the rip for 1,000 of our hit points. And again, it's kind of fair because that's a quarter of our hit points. Or you will try to generate an overlay. And again, that requires you summoning the correct star levels to the field in order to do that. And I say make it a skill, but not like a specific player like Dave here, because this is essentially Duel Links IRL, and this being a very powerful effect. I don't think it should go to one of like the generic characters like that card. I think it should go towards, and I want to say he was called the Vagabond, but he was sort of like the Slifer Red that was like an ultra legendary duelist and like just comes around and kicks you in the card list. That would be a perfect application for this. You do not have to release this as a physical spell card, but if you did, you'd have to limit it to one. So I think the easier way to do it and still allow people to enjoy this is make this card a skill. Very easy to do, very easy. Now, how could we use it? Well, depending on what we're about to get, the Blue Flame Swordsman can absolutely be rocked with a regular Flame Swordsman. See, regular Flame Swordsman is, by all definition, 5 stars or less. Now, he doesn't have any effect and is literally an effectless version of the Blue Flame Swordsman. However, if we were to use Instant Fusion, he can't attack, he does get popped, and then this guy could use his effect, whatever, and then regenerate this card to the field. So again, pretty cool. Players who are a fan of the Flame Swordsman, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, this could be fun. Absolutely 110% could be fun. For now, this is just a quick what if. Like, the one move that kind of scares me is the move that got Instant Fusion limited in the first place, and that is good old Thousand Eyes Restrict. You see, he doesn't always need to attack in order to accomplish his goals. The fact that he gets put on the field and can vacuum clean a card and turn it into a equip card, and then when he leaves the field, you destroy the equip card, means you could take out cards like, I don't know, Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder, and do it with ease. So his effect is like less scary. So there's always that. But this card, it's one of the reasons Metamorphosis got banned in the first place, and is definitely a reason why Instant Fusion always lives on the limit list. One that feels like we kind of missed out, unless there's another card where we can do, or we could prevent a card from being destroyed once per turn, would be cards like the Alligator Sword Dragon. Because, and again, follow me on this one, if you could prevent the destruction through the Instant Fusion, you're telling me I can tack in a 1,700 point card that I can totally equip with things like Acts of Despair. And then this card could attack directly if my opponent's only face-up monsters are the other 3 attributes of the elements. So as long as it isn't a light, dark, or wind type, we get a direct attack. Okay? That said, that's pretty cool. But again, we don't really need it right now. But again, it does demonstrate that we could generate another level 5. Again, we would be able to generate wind, fire, and darkness. I'll be back to that here in a moment. I know a couple of you have gotten ahead of me already. Now let's add light to that. You could generate the Ojama Knight. Now, what the Ojama Knight can do is going to seem a little ridiculous because we're talking about just being able to invert stats if Ojama Country is out, but also collapse 2 of our opponent's monster zones for the turn. Doesn't seem like it would be that useful. But it can be because, again, what's stopping you from generating your long-term Ojama Knight could just be the fact that, you don't have 2 Ojamas, but you have 1 Ojama, so you activate the instant fusion. Get this. Now you have 2 Ojamas, you can fuse with it. And then with the Ojama Country, with the Resurrection, since he was fusion summoned, we could play him back. That's always a possibility. And then there's one type of card I'm always saying, like, you can't play him through the other effects, because generally I play Waking the Dragon. Waking the Dragon is just a special summon. It doesn't actually say treat it as a fusion summon. So that means any level 5 or lower heroes are also on the menu. Now again, not exactly the best, because again, Mariner, okay, well, he could attack directly. He'd have to survive a round. And Steam Healer says if it destroys a monster by battle, then you would gain life points. This is cheap ways to board them. But what do you do afterwards since there is no attack? I've got you. So what we could do right now is if we were to get the rest of the Omni heroes, I just showed you how to generate water without putting water in your deck, light without putting light in your deck, wind without wind in your deck, dark without dark in your deck, and fire. I showed you how to put in every attribute but earth, because right now, unless of course I'm missing a card, there's no 5-star fusion that is earth. And again, I didn't see any of the 2 stars, the 3 stars, the 4 stars that we had in the early game. Things like Carbanola Warrior. Insert things like Panzer Dragon. I think it was a Cyber Dinosaur, Cyber Rex, something like that. He was definitely a thing for a minute. There are a ton of instant fusion targets out there if you guys scour the master variant of the game. But as far as Speed Duel today, like, these are our 6 targets. They're not bad targets. One is clearly the best right now. This is probably the second best right now. And if we were to get the instant fusion, this would be really cool, because then everybody who wants to play the Flame Swordsman could do so. Now, it's going to be hard to get him back out of the discard pile afterward. But if we were also to get that Blue Flame Swordsman like I talked about yesterday, it becomes a lot easier to play a deck based around Flamey Boy. So again, this just makes one argument for me, and that argument is, should we be allowed to have instant fusion in Speed Duel? And if so, do you guys reckon it ought to be a spell like it always has been? Or do you think it would be better off and more fair to the game if they released it as a skill card? You guys let me know down in that comment section below. And in the meantime, if you guys want to help support the channel, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe if you can. We'll leave the other link down in the description. That is an option only. I do want you guys to all go out there and make one promise today, and that promise be, I want you guys to go and enjoy the rest of your week. Now, as part of the enjoyment for your week, while I'm cleaning this up, let me tell you something. We have a viewer submission deck from SP Mask, and we will be featuring that thing tomorrow. Now, it is just a main deck, but I've playtested it a few times, and I gotta say, I'm enjoying it. And I think that you guys will too. So, if you guys are interested in that, stop on by again tomorrow. We'll get you guys a deck profile, and then maybe we'll talk about it. Who knows? Until then, though, just have a great day, and I hope to see you guys again next time, all right? See you later, friends.